Industrial pipelines operate under extreme stress, carrying corrosive fluids at high velocities while enduring massive internal hydrostatic pressure. To survive, the material itself must flex and absorb that energy. For over a century, steel was the default. Standardizing steel pipes is straightforward because engineers rely on exact, prescriptive metallurgical recipes. You mandate the precise percentage of carbon, iron, and alloys to get a predictable, isotropic material that behaves identically in every direction. Glass-reinforced plastic, or GRP, breaks that traditional model. It is an anisotropic composite, meaning its mechanical strength varies depending on the direction of the load. Manufacturers create these pipes by winding glass fibers around a mandrel while applying a resin matrix. By altering the winding angle of those fibers, adjusting the wall thickness, or changing the type of resin, they reconfigure the pipe's structural behavior. Because the composition is infinitely variable, traditional prescriptive standards fail. You cannot dictate a single rigid recipe for GRP. Instead, governing codes regulate the final physical outcomes rather than the specific ingredients. This shift requires a performance-based standard. Engineering codes like AWWA C950 and ISO 10639 specify the exact mechanical tests and physical thresholds a pipe must survive, rather than dictating how it should be built. This approach gives manufacturers the freedom to innovate. They can adjust their resin and glass mixtures to optimize for weight or cost, provided the final product passes strict empirical endurance tests under loaded conditions. To manage this globally, the standardization landscape divides pipeline infrastructure into three main pillars: municipal water systems, drainage and sewerage, and high-pressure oil and gas applications. Regional bodies like ISO, ASTM, EN, and AWWA govern these pillars using a shared methodology. They scale their testing protocols, starting from the properties of the raw materials and building up to massive system-level pressure tests. To understand the reliability of global pipeline infrastructure, we have to look at how these codes actually operate. We have to deconstruct how a standard verifies a pipe from the molecular level all the way to a finished system. The first phase of the standardization stack establishes strict baseline parameters for the two core ingredients of the composite: the resin matrix and the fiberglass reinforcement. This happens before fabrication even begins. Standards categorize pipes based on the required resin matrix. For standard potable water and sewage, an isophthalic polyester resin is specified. But for aggressive chemical environments, like industrial wastewater, the standards require a vinyl ester resin, which offers superior solvent resistance. The structural reinforcement is equally regulated. Codes like ASTM D3517 and ISO 10639 mandate the use of E-glass, an alumino-borosilicate fiber, to provide the pipe's physical skeleton. To ensure maximum durability, these raw glass fibers must meet a specific minimum tensile strength threshold of at least 2,400 megapascals. The dimensions of the fibers are also tightly bound. The codes mandate filament diameters between 6 and 24 micrometers, ensuring the resin can fully encapsulate the glass to create a dense, consistent laminate base. Setting baseline requirements for raw materials is relatively simple. The real challenge for engineering standards is predicting exactly how these materials will chemically and mechanically degrade over decades of continuous use. All plastics inherently deform over time under sustained stress, a physical phenomenon known as creep. Over a 50-year lifespan, this gradual deformation can compromise the integrity of the pipe wall. To account for this, standards mandate rigorous endurance trials, including strain corrosion testing for sewerage applications. Engineers take 18 ring samples of the pipe, mechanically deflect them to specific stress levels, and then submerge the strained interiors in a 5% sulfuric acid solution to simulate long-term septic exposure. For internal stress, the focus shifts to hydrostatic pressure testing. Standards like ASTM D1598 and D1599 require manufacturers to cap pipe spools and subject them to sustained, intense internal water pressure until the composite structure actually ruptures. This graph predicts a 50-year lifespan from stress tests. Black points show physical pipe failures plotted over time. The solid downward slope establishes the exact gradient of material degradation. The dotted lower confidence limit guarantees 95% survival out to 100,000 hours. This long-term linear regression testing is the pivotal mechanism in the code. It takes the inherent degradation of a plastic composite and converts it into a mathematically predictable, insurable infrastructure asset. The final layer of the standardization stack is the system codes. These are the overarching documents that govern exactly how the qualified, tested composite materials are applied to specific global industries. For example, this document is ISO 10639. The title block confirms it applies directly to water supply systems based on unsaturated polyester resin. It dictates the global pressure and stiffness classifications for distributing potable and raw water. This is ISO 10467. As the title block shows, it serves as the parallel standard for pressure and non-pressure drainage. It focuses heavily on gravity flow mechanics and chemical resistance inside municipal sewerage networks. Those municipal codes govern critical public utilities, that they operate at lower stress levels than the industrial sector. For critical onshore and offshore hydrocarbon transport, the industry relies on ISO 14692, a uniquely stringent standard built for oil and gas. This chart shows limits under biaxial stress. The overarching semicircle maps where the pipe bursts by plotting axial against hoop stress. The inner polygonal shape defines the safe operating zone, or designed envelope. It applies safety margins to create a strict boundary operators cannot exceed. These overarching system codes act as final engineering gatekeepers. They ensure that the mathematically proven composite is matched to its exact environmental threat. Passing regression models and establishing a safe design envelope only matters if those specific parameters make it into the trench. This requires absolute physical traceability once mass production begins. ISO 10639 defines mandatory product marking requirements. Every single length of pipe must permanently display the manufacturer's name, the specific composite product type, the nominal size, the pressure rating, and the precise stiffness class. These permanent labels are the only definitive way to link a physical asset buried underground back to the original ISO or ASTM qualification data that guarantees its survival. But the manufacturing codes are only half the equation. They are always paired with specific installation standards, like ISO/TR 10465, which dictate proper trench excavation, sand bedding, and backfill procedures. A perfectly engineered, fully code-compliant pipe can still suffer catastrophic failure if the surrounding soil isn't compacted correctly to prevent overdeflection. The installation standards must be executed with the exact same rigor as the manufacturing standards. Through a dense, overlapping matrix of North American AWWA and ASTM codes and international ISO specifications, engineers have constructed a continuous global safety net. This regulatory framework successfully balances two opposing industrial forces. It allows manufacturers the chemical and structural freedom they need to innovate, while giving design engineers the strict, mathematically verified predictability they require to build at scale. These codes tame the inherent unpredictability of anisotropic materials, moving beyond mere restrictions on flaw sizes or resin ratios to achieve a level of reliability once reserved for steel. These standards codify time. By enforcing strict empirical testing, they turn a volatile composite material into a guaranteed 50-year foundation for global human infrastructure. And they ensure the continuous, invisible flow of fluids powering the modern world moves smoothly forward without fail.